So email, one of those things, since when it was invented, that has consumed so many business people all over the world. It's one of the first things they do when they get up in the morning. It's one of the last things they do when they go to bed at night. Whether it's on their phone, laptop, people love to consume email. But what is it about this incredible tool that so many people get wrong in sales in a business environment? In this video, I'm going to share with you the do's and don'ts of email communication and how you can put in place some ideas that are going to help you get better responses, better reactions from the prospects that you're trying to engage with. My name's James White. I'm a small business sales expert. I'm a man that's passionate about helping brilliant service businesses get incredible sales results. See how we can give you some tips on email communications that are going to make a difference for you and your company. Let's have a look at the video. So emails are a really powerful tool for us to use as business owners and salespeople. And I want to share with you a few thoughts and ideas around making sure the emails you send are having the impact they should. A couple of things just to take note of when the starting point. I don't believe that emails are an excuse or an alternative to be able to pick up the phone and contacting the prospects you work with. But I believe if you can use them in conjunction with that other tool, you're going to get better results. People always ask me, should I just send emails to people? Emails will get an average response, and mainly because so many people get so many emails per day. I was with a client the other day who said to me during the 3-4 hour session that we were having together when we were mentoring, he would receive nearly 200 emails. So you can imagine, in that period of time, he's got to be able to qualify and look through the list, and he's basically going to get rid of the stuff that doesn't make sense for him or isn't relevant for him. So here are some of the things to do when it comes to sending emails that communicate with your prospects or potential clients. Have a very, very clear person in mind for the communication that you're going to send. This is probably more applicable if you're doing emails to try and prospect for new business. One of the biggest mistakes people make is they don't have a specific person in mind for the communication that they're going to send. I would encourage you to try and create an avatar or a persona of the person that you're trying to engage and contact and get a reaction from with this email. What do they look like? How old are they? What sexuality are they? What race are they? Think like that person, have that person in mind. You should even have a persona of your audience on your desk so you can actually identify who you're going to communicate with. When you're really focused on understanding who that person is and what's going on in their world, you're more likely to send a better email that's hopefully going to get a better response. So point number one is this: know your audience, know who it is you're sending the communication to, what's going to make that person tick, and what's going to hopefully be of something of interest to them. Have a really clear purpose on what you want them to do once they've read or seen your email. I see so many emails that have such great words used in there, they're catchy, they attract my attention, but then I'm a bit like, what do you want me to do? Your email should have a very clear call to action, and ideally I think it should only be one clear thing that you want the person that's receiving that email to do as a result of getting that email from you. If they can look and see that you want them to click on a link to go to a page, or to go and book an appointment in their diary, or to do something, that's important. But if you leave an email a bit ambivalent and a bit sort of not sure what's going to happen or open-ended, don't be surprised if you get what you want, which is nothing to happen. We've got to be clear about what it is we want to happen. What do we want the person to do? What is the measure of success of this email? It's key if you want to get the response that you want and if you want to make effective use of your time and theirs. How many times when you're on your phone looking through emails, do you look at the first part of the email and look at the subject line and maybe the first 10 to 15 words within the email to decide if it's worth carrying on reading the email? Subject lines are really, really important. They're hugely important if you're engaging with new prospects who you want to basically engage with you for the first time. And if you're sending emails about me and my company, or sending emails such as who we are, don't be surprised if people just completely ignore those. Within our subject lines, we want to create a bit of curiosity, a bit of intrigue, make people think, what's this about? Now, I remember once someone telling me that they would send an email, they targeted estate agents, and they actually put in their email, only dumb estate agents will avoid this. Now, I'm not suggesting that's the right approach to take, but I guarantee you they're going to get more people opening that email than if they hadn't used that subject line. Use subject lines effectively and they'll hopefully be a key tool for you to open up the doors and hopefully get your prospect, the other side, engaging or hopefully taking interest in what you do. I encourage you, in fact I implore you, to try and proofread your emails. I've seen sales opportunities go from being a potential to being a complete waste of time because someone hasn't proofread. I gave an opportunity to someone who had the perfect chance to email a potential client that I'd introduced them to that could have resulted in a huge opportunity for them. But what did they do? They ruined the opportunity by spelling the person's name wrong. And if you can imagine what Stuart, the other person, thinking, that made them probably think, well, if you spelt my name wrong, what else are you going to get wrong in the whole process? It basically ruined the opportunity from the start. So proofreading and making sure that you're not making sloppy mistakes that can be avoided is critical when it comes to the email communications that you send. Try and spend that time, maybe get someone else to have a look through it. Sometimes other people can spot the mistakes that you can't. Spotting the small points and getting something proofread is a really, really important point if you want to ensure the email gets the right response that you want. If you're sending an email to a CEO, then your tone and messaging needs to be businesslike and focused and to the point. But if you're sending something to someone else that's maybe at a different level of an organisation, then your tone might be more technical, more value-based, or it might give more information. The reality is knowing who the audience is and their position and their role and adjusting the tone and message you use is critical. You wouldn't use the same message for two different types of people, or I hope not. So make sure that when you know your audience, you're able to adjust what you say based upon that person. And if it is to a person that's likely to be in a senior position in short of time, then get to the point in a clear, precise method of what you're looking to achieve. But try and also give value within that communication. Within all the communications you send, try and give value. Try and make that person think that was helpful, that was useful. Go back to what I said at point number 2. What do you want them to think and feel as a result of seeing your email? And if you can make sure the tone is right and the message is right, and it makes them feel that that's helpful and useful and intriguing, you're going to be hopefully well on your way to getting a response from the email you send. A number of years ago, there was a study that showed that when the word because was used in email and communications, there was a huge increase in the response rates and the reaction that it got. Because people felt that they had a reason to know what to do, and that word alone proved to be a tipping point in actually getting people to do something different than they wouldn't normally have done. Using specific words that are powerful, that resonate with your audience, and that cause them to actually think is where you want to be. Use the word because and a range of other words that are powerful that get results, and you're going to be in a great way to getting the response that you want. So I've shared some of the do's. Here are some of the don'ts that you have to avoid within your email communications. Please, please, please don't focus on how great you are in the email. If I had £1 for every email I've been sent that says how great the company is that they're working with, how they've worked with so many brilliant companies and how they can help me, even before they've even tried to attempt to know me, I'd be a billionaire, let alone a millionaire. The reality is emails that focus on you and how great you are and what brilliant things you do generally will get deleted more than they'll get opened and read. You've got to remember that the other person you're speaking to, and especially the essence of sales, is it's not about you, it's about what you can do to make that other person's world a better place. So don't make your emails about you and all about how great you are. It's just a guaranteed way to get the other person to press delete and to even mark you as spam. Focus on them, focus on adding value, focus on doing the things we shared in the start of the video, and you're going to be in a far better position to get a response. Don't make the email too long. Who wants to read an email that literally looks like War and Peace and has got no clarity on what they want that person to do at the end of it? It just looks like something that's hard work, and you're more often than not to get people to press delete or even mark you as spam when you see an email that literally goes on and on and on. We want our emails to maybe have no more than 3 to 4 paragraphs, maybe of short sentences, maybe around 20 words in each sentence, that is very clear, precise, to the point, and that can outline what we can hopefully do for that other person, but that hopefully identifies a problem or a key challenge that they've got that we want to help them get resolved. Or make them aware of something which they may not be aware of, but which will prove of value to them. Focus on making your emails quite short, sharp, punchy to the point, with clear calls to actions as we mentioned. You've got a better chance of getting a response. I've had people send me an email saying, "Hey friend," or I've had people saying, "Hey buddy." I'm like, I'm not your buddy and I'm not your friend, and I'm certainly not going to respond to your email. We've got to be really careful about the tone that we use in those type of emails and the response it's likely to get. It's more likely to get people to press delete than to actually reply to it. So making sure that you don't use colloquial terms, that you don't use slang, that you use a grammar that's consistent with the audience is really, really vital. Be businesslike, be focused on what you're trying to do, and be focused on what you want them to do as a result of seeing the email, and you have got a better chance of getting them to do what you want them to do. But if you don't, if you start using those terms, it's going to put them off you and potentially hurt your brand rather than help it. Don't send it from a generic email address. If you send it from a generic email address that no one exists and people feel is fake and false, then they're definitely not going to get a response. But if you can try and send that email from your main email response, or even try and show that it's not an automated email, that you're going to get a better chance of them doing something with that. I see lots of emails that come through on a regular basis. You can just tell that I've been programmed and put my name in there as the next person on their list. And it just looks fake. It looks like it's just something that's been sent by a machine or a system somewhere that's likely to hopefully try and act as a method to get me to respond, when in reality, all I want to do is press delete. If you want that sales opportunity to really mean something, make the email personalized, make it focused on the other person, and really try and show that you've understood who they are and their unique situation. Do that and you've got a better chance of the email being responded to and reacted to, and hopefully being something you can take forward with. So I'm going to finish this video by saying to you that if you expect that 1 or 2 emails to automatically get a response, then I'm afraid that you're going to be disappointed. We have to use it alongside social media, the phone, and use it in a multi-channelable way in order to get the reaction and response we want. We also have to accept that we've got to be persistent, and that might mean we've got to send 5, 6, 10, 15 even. My record is 19 emails that I sent to someone where I continue to add value over a period of time before they engage with me. And that was even after I also picked up the phone. We have to be persistent, and if the target market and client you're after is relevant for your communication and is relevant for what you do, then be prepared to accept that you're going to have to go on a journey with them. But if you continue to provide value, continue to do the things we've mentioned and avoid those mistakes, you're going to be in a far better position to get the results you want. But I will say this, email is one of those things you have to persevere with, you're going to have to tweak and change, and the most important thing is you keep using it as a tool in your armory. It's not the only tool, it's one, but used in the right way can get great results. My name's James Wyatt and I'm a small business sales expert. I hope the video has been helpful and given you some insights you can use in your day-to-day sales life to get the results you want. Use these tips in the right way. Let me know how you get on. Put in the comment section below what's worked for you and what's not worked for you. Let's see if we can help you and other colleagues get brilliant results when it comes to email and sales in general. Thanks for watching the video. If you love it, like it, share the channel with others, and make sure you subscribe to get my videos with you every Saturday morning. I look forward to sharing another video with you next Saturday. Take it easy.